What's up, YouTube? What's up? What's up? What's up? What's going on? How's everybody doing? Time to start losing weight. I like that I bought just meat at the store pretty much. I got some fruit to eat, but that's like a serving size of fruit. I don't really eat that much fruit in general. But I gotta find a new job soon. Looking forward to working again. I mean, I'm working, but it's not a lot of hours a week, so it doesn't feel like I'm working. But can't wait to get another job so I can start getting some more money, be able to like purchase things I want. I need to buy a new camera. I have a Insta360 camera. It's pretty small. It's waterproof, but I want to be able to bike with it. So I just got a head mount and a chest mount. Hopefully, I'll be able to ride with that. And yeah, gonna try to film my bike rides more often. I feel like it'd be content people would want to see, especially if I go to different places. And biking is challenging. Ever since I got heavy, biking is a lot harder to do. I need to lose a lot more weight. Because when I first got into biking, I didn't weigh that much. So it was like I could bike for days on end. Right now, I don't feel like I can bike for days on end. So I'm just trying to figure that out. Also, I'm trying to get back to being on camera and getting more comfortable with cameras in front of me. I need to buy another photography camera. I mean, it can film, but I mainly use it for photography purposes. I've got my phone if I need to film at the moment and my Insta360. But with the Insta360, I wear a backpack with straps and I put it across the strap so it holds itself. But that, like, the angle is weird and it's easy for it to fall out. So because I want to be biking and not worried about the camera, I'm either getting a head mount or a chest mount, maybe both. I think the chest mount would be a good POV point of view angle, and the head mount would be even better because the the camera I'm using has two wide lenses, fisheyes. So if I have it on my head, it'd be a good distance where you can see everything properly. Hey, what's up? What's up? How's everybody doing? Thanks for liking the stream. I'm just trying to enjoy the weather outside. It's really nice out today. And the leaves are in bloom. It's feeling like spring. Ooh, there's a cardinal standing right where I want to be. Hope I don't scare it. Hey, thank you guys for liking the stream. Haven't scared him off. Oh, spoke too soon. I was gonna say I haven't scared him off yet. Shake out. Hey, what's up? Yeah, working. It's hammock time. How'd you know? How you doing, bro? Sir? Hope everything's going well for you. Hammock time. You got that right. Damn, it's hard to read the chat. I gotta lay down on the other side. Yeah, that's much better. How you doing working? Well, I hear a woodpecker nearby. As long as they ain't pecking at the house. Yeah, it is time to chill. I'm charging up my battery so I can go biking later. I have like a hybrid e-bike. It has like a pedal assist, so there's no throttle or anything, but it makes you go a little faster when you pedal. Usually when I'm biking, I sit around anywhere between 14 miles per hour and 18 miles per hour. And I bought the bike in January. No, not January. In July, yeah. I bought my bike in July of 2023. Since then, I've put 2,800 miles onto it. So I weigh a lot heavier now than when I used to ride, so it's harder for me to ride as long. And yeah, my butt hurts from not being used to sitting on the seat for that long because I have kind of a hard seat. But I don't know how. In my first 2 days of biking with the bike, I biked 100 miles. And my legs were crazy swollen, but I didn't feel like my butt hurt, which is weird. Because, like, yeah, it's just I haven't biked in over a year. So I was surprised that, well, I biked 20 miles when I first got the bike back. And that hurt. My ass was hurting for a week straight. Right now, I feel a little bit of discomfort biking. And I probably should be biking every other day, realistically, to allow my body to heal. So I'm not pushing it every single day. Like yesterday, I biked 10 miles. Today, I think I've biked 2.5 miles. Yeah. I got a book. It says A Daily Dose of Now. 365 mindfulness meditations practices for living in the moment. Yeah, Court gave me this book, so I finna fucking read it. But it's hard to read and film at the same time. It was written by Nina Sweetie. For the church basement folding chair coffee pot people who saved my life. Forward. People ask me to teach them to write, but my method, writing practice, is really Zen. I train people to study their minds. Zen drew Nita Sweeney to my workshops in Taos, New Mexico. But in class, she nearly flew off her chair with so much fidgety, insecure energy. She was the queen of angst. Then she had the audacity to move to Taos, who was this Miss Western farm girl, and how did she convince her seemingly smart husband to join her on a grand new Mexican adventure? Was she dangerous? No, not dangerous, tenacious. She wanted writing bad. As I watched, I caught glimpses of the commitment, stillness, and her resolve to spend hours on a Zafu with a notebook, letting her mind take her dark places so she could come out the other side. She moved back to Ohio where, despite wild mood swings, family crises, and bouts of crippling self-doubt, she continued. Nita's new book, A Daily Dose of Now, resulted from her staying in there. She found the structure to most efficiently share how meditation practice saves her life. While Zen talks about enlightenment, it provides little instruction. Here, Nita breaks it down with a tincture of mindful meditation on each page. Enjoy the quirky notes and glimpses of Nita's mind. Follow the instructions. At the end of the year, you'll have practice every day. It's time. Oh, it might crack you open or simply be a good use of time. The year will pass anyways, and the book will bring you into the moment, the only thing that exists. Nita just pointing out what's already there. Ooh, I like that. It's a good preface. Introduction. I don't know how to stay in the moment, a young man across the room from me said. I should lay back like this. We both sat in folding chairs arranged in a recovery meeting circle. It was 1993. Person after person agreed it was important to live in the now, but most seemed uncertain how to do it. As I listened, I felt confused that no one knew what to do. My husband, Ed, and I just returned from a weekend silent mindfulness meditation retreat, and I'd been meditating for a year. Mindfulness meditation was teaching me how to do what the young man and others found challenging. Then I remembered that my fellow recoverers hadn't attenuated the retreat, and most didn't practice mindfulness. The idea for this book bloomed. Perhaps my recovering friends and others beyond the recovery community could benefit from a daily mindfulness reader, a book of specific daily instructions on how to live in the moment. I was familiar with daily readers. When I was growing up, my mother read several Christian versions, and early into my recovery, someone directed me towards recovered themed books that had a similar format, a revelation quote, a brief paragraph explaining the idea, and closing directive. I'm a memoirist at heart. My version of a daily reader needs to reflect my personality and practice. I quote an eclectic variety of characters, fictional and real, from Popeye to Euripides. The explanations ground theory and experience and using details from my life. And each today's practice instruct readers in a technique I use. But these aren't just Nita's little theories. Mindfulness is centuries old, evidence-based, scientifically proven method to boost physical, mental, cognitive, and creative wellness. When I trained to become a certified meditation leader and mindfulness teacher with Sage Institute for Creativity and Conscious and International Mindfulness Teachers Association. Oof, that was a tough paragraph. I learned the science behind why mindfulness is so effective, which I describe and make every movement a meditation. Mindful movement for mental health, well-being, and insight. Mindfulness meditation is more than navel gazing or zoning out. It may be more effective than any other wellness tool, including medication and therapy. But I'll leave that to the experts to research and you to decide for yourself. It's hard reading one-handed. With most things, you get what you put into it. This is sort of true with meditation, but meditation is natural mind state. We can simply fall into it. Sometimes, even when you're not trying, meditation happens on its own. But with tools like those offered here, a natural mind state is more likely to occur and more likely to occur more often. In the same way you train a muscle, meditation literally trains your mind. Among the useful results of mindfulness, one abiding benefit stands out: insight. Through regular practice, we discover who we are. We see our cravings and aversions in real time. We watch as they make us suffer. We experience the impermanence of all things. We learn how to let our experience be, and we learn to suffer less. Who doesn't want to suffer less? I hope this book makes meditation more accessible. Newbies will find the instructions easy to follow. Long-timers will discover new takes on meditation they've mastered. I hope everyone laughs, cries, and enjoys the ride. Thank you for liking the stream. Page 1, January 1st. To dream of the person you would like to be is to waste the person you are. Unknown. I stopped making New Year's resolutions several years ago. I rarely kept them. Instead, I used them to punish myself, recalling my downfalls during the rest of the year. With the burden of resolutions, I enter each year with more ease. Letting go of the torture list allows me to change things that used to be out of my resolution list. I no longer focus on my failure rather than dreaming about it, promising to become or trying to be someone else. I'm learning to accept myself as I am. In the process, I am becoming the person I want to be. Today's practice. Instead of making resolutions, take out a sheet of paper and list your traits, including painful ones and those that bring joy. As you write, feel what arises in your body when you call these hallmarks of who you are. It is what you experience, pleasant, unpleasant, or neutral. Allow it to flow within you. Wow. January 2nd. Meditation. Why bother? Gunaratama. Why indeed? Mindfulness meditation is scientifically proven to help us overcome challenges and navigate the treacherous waters in which we all live. In their extremely well researched work, Altered Traits, Daniel Goleman and Richard J. Davidson document physical, emotional, and creative benefits of various types of meditation. These altered traits include increased focus, physical efficiency, and a greater sense of well-being, improved to relationships, and a possibly even longer life. People begin to practice mindfulness for many reasons. These benefits lead them to continue. Today's practice. Start your practice right now by feeling this book in your hands. Notice the texture, the weight, the shape. Notice without judgment. Be curious, open. Now is when we begin. My hand is already hurting from reading this book. Once you realize the road is the goal and that you are always on the road, not to reach a goal but to enjoy its beauty and wisdom. Life ceases to be a task and becomes natural and simple, in itself an ecstasy. Nisargadatta Maharaj. I'm nothing short of driven. I have 3 college degrees. I have run more than 125 races, including 3 ultra marathons, and written tens more books than I've published. In 1992, my boyfriend, now husband, Ed, noticed how miserable my future orientation made me be. He introduced me to sitting practices. By practice, I mean setting the microwave timer for 5 minutes and trying not to wiggle. My mind screamed. I fidgeted and I did not die. With practice, my mind calmed. And now, when I'm chasing a goal, I focus on the process. Medals, diplomas, and even books will age. But the experience, that's the prize. Today's practice. Use your breath as an entry to this moment. Standing, sitting, lying down, moving. Feel your breath go in and out. Does it rasp or flow? Does it feel uncomfortable or calm? Can you let it be? Hi, you guys. Thank you for liking the stream. I'm just reading a book called A Daily Dose of Now, which is about meditations, and each page is a quote from someone, and after the quote they give you a practice on how to deal with it. January 4th, doubt everything, find your own light, Buddha. In the final days before Buddha's enlightenment, he sat under a tree. As the legend goes, in the last hours before his awakening, the demon god Mara tempted him with greed, power, and finally with doubt. As the Buddha sat under the tree, Mara asked, "Why you? What did the Buddha think was so special about him? What made him the one to see the truth?" The Buddha acknowledged the question. Doubt plagued him as he sat. Truly, why was he deserving? Why not someone else? As the Buddha continued to sit and ponder, the answer came. He touched the ground with his fingertips. "I am here," he said. Mara vanished. The Buddha deserved enlightenment because he showed up. Hey, thank you for liking the stream. I'm just reading the book. Can you show up for the present moment? Can you show up for the breath right now? Sit still. Find the place in your body where you most easily notice your breath. Feel it. Hey, hi Dale. Just reading a book right now. How you doing, bro? It's been a while. Feel it. When you show up for your breath, you show up for yourself. I'm reading a book called Run It Up. I'm about to run it up. I'm reading a book called The Daily Dose of Now, and it is 365 meditation practices and quotes that go with it. Damn, Dale, I just took a dab earlier before I started reading. Hope work's going well, bro. It's good to be working, even if you don't like the job. Still good to be working. I'm trying to find a new job right now. This too is passing. Shinze Young. Most of us are familiar with the phrase, this too shall pass. I felt such joy at the first time I heard Shizen reframe it as, this too is passing. In the present moment, everything is passing. Now and all the time. Buddhists call this phenomenon anicca, which translate as impermanence. When we become aware of everything constantly passing by, even as we experience it, each moment becomes the only reality that exists, a safe haven. What is happening right this second? Can you feel movement anywhere in your body, even if you're sitting still? Can you examine these movements to see a second by second tiny change? Can you see each second as unique and fluid? Can you feel impermanence working right now? Stop periodically during the day to sense this constant change. Goddamn right, Dale. If I smile too much, I can't see the pages in front of me. Peace is, January 6th. Peace is not something you must hope for in the future. Rather, it is a deepening of presence. And unless you look for it in the present, you will never find it. Oh God, I'm struggling. Thomas Merton. I used to think meditation meant escape, zoning out, or blissing out. Instead, meditation is a way of escaping into life. By focusing on real time, I sink in, fully aware of each blip on the radar of my consciousness. Rather than zone out, I sometimes freak out. With practice, the freakouts happen less often and bliss is more frequent. Bliss isn't the goal, but it's a wondrous byproduct. Today's practice. And this is the book of 365 meditation practices. But I'm just reading each page right now as it goes. Set a timer for 5 minutes. Find a comfortable position with your back straight, but your body relaxed. Notice where you most equally experience the breath. Let it move in and out with pushing and pulling, paying attention to the space after the exhale and before the next inhale. This pause sometimes brings peace. If not, don't search for it. Let it come to you. The truth will set you free. January 7th. The truth will set you free, but first it will piss you off. Joe Class. Different people respond to anger in different ways. Some yell, scream, and hit, while others push anger away and deny it. I sometimes even might also feel prickly and dangerous. It might come out sideways, or I suffer depression from suppressing it. Mindfulness asks us to sit with anger and experience it fully, exactly as it is to be. Exactly as it is. Be with it. Devour it even. Let them ripple through you. Today's practice. If you feel angry, stop for 5 seconds to sense that emotion in your body. Is the top of your head hot? Are your hands clenched? Is your back rigid? Does your stomach burn? Let whatever presents itself be you without pushing or pulling on it. Does it pass? If so, is there an afterburn? The more we notice anger with neutral regards instead of acting out or turning away, the less it controls us and the more easily we can choose an appropriate response. I like that. January 8th. Sometimes I feel the past and the future pressing so hard on either side, there's no room for the present at all. Evelyn Watt. What's up, work? For me, this quotation represents anxiety at a level that could easily spill into panic. My mind races between the past and the present, reliving the terrors of yesterday and inventing disasters that are simply to happen tomorrow. To calm myself, I turn to my breath, not the panting, hyperventilation breath that comes with the rushing thoughts, but deep but the deep bellied breaths that reveal a calm pool within. Today's practice. If you feel anxious, lie on the floor with your lower legs on a chair and your knees bent at 90-degree angle. Feel your back against the floor. Notice how solid it feels beneath you. Put your hand on your abdomen. Focus on your rising and falling hand as it moves. Do not push or pull on your breath. Let each inhale naturally follow each exhale. Notice the space after each exhale before your body naturally inhales. Let your body breathe. You are being breathed. January 9th. It ain't over till it's over. Yogi Berra. The trainers who prepared us to take the Ohio bar examination warned us to pace ourselves and to fully attend to every question. One who does not pass the 3-day exam, they explained, more fail at the questions that are given after lunch on the 3rd day than during any other time in the exam. Why? The failing examinees reported a short-term attitude. Even though they weren't finished yet, their minds jumped to completion. They didn't attend to the final questions with the same care they had given the previous ones. They didn't stay in the moment. Today's practice. Choose one task for seeing meditation. Focus your vision on that selected task. See shape in whatever you're doing. Note the colors and any variations. Notice if your mind wanders. Has your attention to visual detail slipped? If so, gently, without chiding yourself, refocus on some part of the task. Notice what you see. January 10th. Petting, scratching, and cuddling a dog can be as soothing to the mind and heart as deep meditation, almost as good for the soul as prayer. Dean Kuntz. I got on the floor tonight to scratch our dog Scarlet behind the ears and rub her belly. It's easy to be in the moment when I play with her. Every touch receives a reaction. Every rub earns a tilt of her head, and each scratch elicits a sigh. When I'm focused and awake, my time with her counts as meditation. I feel her fur against my skin. I hear her contented breathing. I notice that I am at peace. Today's practice. If you have a pet, pay attention to your awareness as you stroke and cuddle them. What does their fur feel like? What sounds do they make? Stay fully present to your sensations. If your mind wanders, gently bring your awareness back to sensation and sounds. Let this time be a meditation, a time of focus, calmness, and awareness. If you don't have a pet, borrow one or take the day off. January 2nd. January 11th. Felt like Roman numerals. Your nearest exit may be behind you. Federal Aviation Administration safety briefing. In the terror of an airline emergency, I'm the one most likely to push for an exit 17 rows in the front of me. When there's a perfectly good door, 1 row back. The tension creates hyperfocus. The mind contracts, pushing out anything beyond what seems like the immediate answer. Meditation helps. We develop equanimity, a balanced mind open to possibilities. We see impermanence, the natural ebb and flow of life. I experience it most often in writing, when I'm trapped in a riddle, when I step back and relax my grip. I sit, walk, run, shower, eat, or play computer solitaire. I loosen my grasp on the problem, giving my mind room to breathe. Today's practice. Hey, thank you guys for the likes. I'm just reading a book on mindful meditation each day. Today's practice. What are you struggling with right now? When you think of it, pay attention to how your body feels. Do you sense the tension, the fight? Notice that. Be with it. See if it changes on its own. January 12th. Do what's in front of you. Nothing else exists. Ed Sweeney. A motivational speaker sat in a hotel restaurant eating breakfast after giving a lecture. A woman attendee sheepishly approached and asked to talk to him. He invited her to join him and summoned the waiter. The woman ordered and began to talk. She talked about her adult children who used drugs and stole. As her food arrived, she complained about her job, which she feared she might lose. She agonized about her husband, who she thought might leave him. She began to cry, waving her toast in the air. Finally, she gasped, "What should I do?" The man looked into her eyes, smiled, and said, "I think you should eat your toast." Today's practice. If you catch yourself fretting about something that might happen in the future, remember this, lady. You turn your attention to what is right in front of you. Begin doing only what is there. If there's toast, eat it. Notice how it tastes. January 13th. The road to success is always under construction. Lily Tomlin. Some days I catch myself thinking that I'll always be happy. Some days I catch myself thinking I'll really be happy when I get there. Certainly the road will be complete when I get there. Part of my brain knows it is a myth, but who hasn't thought, if only I could get a different job, or if only I lived in a different city. Despite having several jobs and lived in various places, I still fall prey to wishful thinking. But now, when I notice myself thinking of the future in an unproductive way, I can bring my mind back to the present. There's nothing wrong with the good daydream, but I don't want to live in a fantasy world. I don't want to miss today. Today's practice. Are you wishing your life away? Of course, that dream house or a car or job or lover sounds better than the stack of work in front of you, but the work must be done. Feel your body. Is it uncomfortable? Are you restless? Acknowledge that, then tackle the next task. Eat your toast. Bro, that made me laugh. What should I do? Eat your toast. That should have me dead. January 14th. The keenest sorrow is to recognize ourselves as the sole cause of all of our adversities. Sophocles. Ooh, some Greek philosophy. If someone within me is askew, I also do my best to remedy it and ease the sorrow. If I am at odds with people I love, I do work in the outside world to foster change. But I must also do the inner work. I see where I am quick to judge. I put myself in another's place and understand where they are coming from. Then I'm more effective. If I assume the other person is bad-hearted, I limit my ability to change. Only through softening my heart and opening my mind can I ease both to my own pain and possibly theirs too. Today's practice. When you are angry at someone, sit with the anger. Instead of trying to make it go away, fear where it wells up in your body and notice your thoughts. Sticky and painful, sharp and cutting. Now focus your breath. Is it sharp as well? Can you let it ebb and flow? Can you relax around it? Eat the cake, Aunt May. January 15th. Sometimes I sit and thinks, and sometimes I just sits. Winnie the Pooh, A.A. Milne. Just sit. The meditation in a nutshell. Of course, the mind has other plans. The mind's primary job is to think thoughts, to generate ideas. So why does it surprise us when we try to just sit and find ourselves thinking? Mindfulness suggests we let the thoughts pass, notice but don't attach or judge, sit and think but don't be annoyed by the completely normal brain activity. You can't actually quiet your mind. You can create conditions that help your mind quiet on its own. But the mind's job is to think thoughts. Let it be where it naturally is. Let those thoughts come and go without judgment. Let them pass like clouds. Wow, that's one of the best quotes I've heard on meditation. Because a lot of people get frustrated when they be thinking. It's kind of like lying down to sleep at night. If you're just thinking the whole time, you get frustrated and you don't relax and get sleep. But falling asleep is very close to letting your thoughts go. And I really like this quote. Today's practice. Take some time to just sit. Are you thinking? Fine, just sit and think. Notice those thoughts and let them pass. Watch the horizon of your mind. Is another thought bubbling up? Watch it rise and let it go. There you are, perfectly normal like every other human being. Oh, damn, my knees hurt from this hammock. Maybe because they're raised up.